I feel a little bit rusty doing this, having missed last week's deadline stream. Hope everyone's good. Game week 8. Obviously the big one. Do we wildcard, do we not? Do we go for Haaland, Salah, Son? Do we leave one of them out? I've seen Twitter over the last couple of days. It's been absolutely mental about that. Yeah, all bit of fun. Hope everyone's doing good that's watching. Feel free to say hello in the chat if you're about. We'll wait for a few more to join and then we'll get going. I've got my usual score predictions for the week. Yeah, top expected points by position for each player. I didn't feature those on any of my YouTube videos this week just because it was all about the wildcard. So yeah, we'll go through that. Captaincy, got a bit of stats comparison between Son, Haaland and Salah. Obviously those three guys are probably the main captains. So yeah, question is which one of those do we pick? Yeah, looking forward to it. And of course my team that currently I have not played a wildcard on. I've not even thought about it really. By the way, I don't know if I showed this on my my last stream, but I got a new mug. It was from my girlfriend's brother who took a trip to Nepal. I thought it was quite cool. Alexandru, it's good to have you in the chat, mate. Thank you very much for joining. It's good to see you as ever. And thanks for your comments and stuff on my videos this week. I've also, look, I did it's very basic, but I did a new graphic for whenever I need to take a coffee break. Look. Right? We're professionals. That's what we are. Yeah, hope you're doing good, Alexandru. What are your plans with your team this week? I'm interested to know. Let me know in the chat what you guys are planning to do with your teams. If you've got any questions, etc. Yeah. Right, let's have a look at some score predictions. I find it not too hard to come up with results of games this week. I've got Luton and Spurs. I think Spurs win that 3-0, to be honest. Although I'm not sure. I don't have Son. I'm scared of him, of course. Oh, well, he's wildcard already. Fair play, mate. Good for you. Yeah, the Luton and Spurs game, I don't see any way that Luton win that. Hopefully Spurs as well keep a clean sheet. So I've got Udogie in my team. Burnley and Chelsea. I think it's going to be a tough one for Chelsea. I think Burnley are going to show up. However, I think Chelsea will just have enough to edge the game. Everton and Bournemouth is a massive game for Everton. They've got a really, really horrible fixture run coming up. So yeah, if they don't win that, they're in trouble. But I don't think they will win it. I think it'll be a draw. I'm going 2-2 in that. Fulham and Sheffield United. They're not both like sort of bottom tier teams at the moment, but I do think Fulham have the edge on them. I think they'll win that 2-0. I don't really see how Man United can beat Brentford, I must say. I'm going 2-2 in that game. Crystal Palace and Forest. I think Crystal Palace win that 1-0. Brighton and Liverpool. I think that's going to be a really high scoring game. I really do. Brighton just looked absolutely terrible defensively. Liverpool not too bad going forward. They don't look the best team in the league, but I think they're the second best team in the league for expected goals. The front three, they always look dangerous whoever they play. I think they'll score a hatful. If I, the captaincy, I'm going to give it away my prediction already. But the captaincy, I think Son, excuse me. Blimey. Just sneeze mid-chat then. Yeah, captaincy, right, is between Salah, Son and Haaland. Oh, blimey. I think there's only one. Like, Salah is just by far and away the best captain in my opinion. If you think of everything... Side men shorts. If you're looking at everything, Son's got going for him. Yes, they've got a good fixture, etc., etc. But he's going to play limited minutes, in my opinion. He came off the Arsenal game and was getting treatment on the bench for what looked like a groin injury. And as for Salah, I think he's obviously going to play 90. On the penalties, Brighton have not kept a clean sheet yet this season. I think Liverpool and Salah are really good this week. If I had them, I would captain Salah, I think. Well, I've got them in other games, but I don't have them in FPL. West Ham and Newcastle, I think that's going to be 2-2. Wolves and Villa, I think Wolves, well, off the back of that, sorry, go back to that West Ham Newcastle result. I just think Newcastle, off the high of that PSG win in the Champions League, I just don't see them being able to back that up with another victory. I don't know what you guys think, but I think West Ham will show up in that game, score a couple of goals. I don't think they'll win it. I think both teams will score and it will be a draw. Wolves and Villa. I think Villa win that one 3-1. Arsenal and Man City. I think Man City just edge it with the slightly more quality that they have. I think it's going to be a really close game. I'm hoping that Erling Haaland scores a brace because I'm relying on him in FPL as my captain. I'll show you my team later on. Lovely to see you too, Ben. Joseph Robertson. Good morning, Tom. Going to get Son in this morning in Sky. No fixture of the game, though. Always never sits right with me. Yeah, I'm totally in agreement, mate. I'm going to be doing the same. Unfortunately, I missed the deadline in Sky. Absolutely criminal of me on Monday, wasn't it? Or whenever the game happened, where they had the single game day. Oh, I'm losing my memory. But basically, I had Colwill on my team, and I wanted to do Colwill to Bayer of Burnley because it made sense for the Sky single game day. And yeah, I forgot the deadline. And I think that's the question you've got to ask yourself, right? How many minutes does Son play? How many minutes does Salah play? Is the extra minutes worth it? Because I don't think there's too much difference in like the quality of the opposition. You know what I mean? Like, Brighton have not kept a clean sheet this season. Luton, they're about the same, like, defensively, in my opinion. So, yeah, I'd probably back Salah. Would I get DRB on wildcard? I think I would. I think he starts, but I'd be prepared for him not starting. So I would get, and if you have one player on your bench that could reasonably come in for him is fair enough. I think Saka's going to play, mate. I really do. Like, Arteta is making a massive mistake overplaying Saka, but I do think he's going to play. You know, it's one of Arsenal's biggest games of the season. If Saka's fit, they really don't have another player that can play on the right as well. They really don't. And I think that's the reason why Arteta's been overusing him, to be honest, because Saka not only obviously is really good going forward, he does his shift defensively. I'm also not sure, Alexandru, that Maddison will play 90. You know, I remember Spurs were very cautious at the start of the season with his like knees and his injury records. He went off one of the games in crutches, didn't he? And he wasn't actually injured. He played the week after. So he left at the weekend on crutches and then he played the game the week after. And of course he had, in the North London derby, he had that little knee niggle as well, didn't he? So for me, I don't think Son or Maddison will play the 90. It's just my thinking. But you got to think Spurs have that game wrapped up 20, probably before half time, the way Luton have been playing. And if they do, I'd expect them both to be subbed early because it just makes sense to. Who should you captain, KSI King? I think it's Haaland or Salah for me. Kulusevski does never go off. You're right. I hope he gets a hat-trick, KSI King. I've even seen people selling him, which, to be honest, on a wildcard, I don't think is the most outrageous thing, as long as you're happy with your team. I think going without Haaland is fine, as long as you got a captain every week. Best formation, I think it's still probably it's either 3-5-2 or 3-4-3 at the moment. I think you do a 3-4-3 with Watkins and Alvarez, Haaland, Watkins, Alvarez, or a 3-5-2 with Watkins and Haaland up front. Compare Haaland and Alvarez. I don't think there is a comparison. I think Alvarez is in a really good run of form at the moment, and probably over the course of the season, there's not much to split the two players. And of course, Alvarez has had to play much more of a role because of Kevin De Bruyne's injury. So while they're both fit playing and Kevin De Bruyne is injured, I don't think there's a whole lot to separate them. Although I would say Alvarez is more likely to be rotated than Haaland is. But in comparison, I think it's very close between them. Oh, mate, Estupinian is a priority sell. If I show you my team very quickly, I'm keeping Saka. That's my team. FPL Roo, good to see you, mate. It's probably like the middle of the night for you, isn't it? Big ups. Thanks for joining the stream. Great to have you here. Yeah, mate. Estupinian, definitely. Big ups from Australia, mate. Fun fact, I don't know if you're into cricket, but my girlfriend's family secured me some tickets to watch England, Australia, and then one day international next year in Bristol. So I'm Barmy Army. I just like, yeah, Ben, I'm in the fan team. It was easy for me to wildcard. But this, like, I think I can get away with this team. I really do think I can get away with it. Gusto's not injured, but he is suspended. When's he back? Ben, those are the two best transfers I think you can make. I'm going to do Botman to cash as my one free transfer, provided no one's dropped in price horrifically. I should be able to do it. Oh my god, I can't do it anymore. Cash has risen in price. When did cash become 5 million? I think I'm going to have to wildcard now. Well, that's changed everything. When did cash rise in price? I looked at his price rises like Wednesday, Thursday, and he was like 50%, and now he's risen. Oh, no. Well, lads, that is an absolute nightmare. That is a nightmare. Everyone's saying last night. Yep, I must have missed that. I think I'm going to have to wildcard. I can't get away with this team now. The one thing I would have done is Botman to cash, and then I think my team was playable. But without cash, like, oh man, that's tough. That is tough. Yeah, Alexandra, you did say that. No, KSI King, I can't save it. I don't have a team I'm happy with here. There's no way I can carry on. If I had Son in it, I reckon I'd survive. But nah, I'm gonna wildcard. Botman to Dean, I could do that, I guess, but Moreno's back fit, isn't he? No, he's not. Okay. God, that cash price rise is absolutely filthy, isn't it? That is disgusting. Yeah, wildcard it is then. Right, let's do something. Let's see. I've seen enough wildcard content and whatnot to know what I'm going to do. Oh, I didn't bring him in earlier because they had a Europa League game or a Europa Conference League game. I'm not trusting Luca Dean either. No chance. But yeah, I wanted to get through the Europa Conference League, and then I always value information. I just always value information over price rises. And I just thought if he did, yeah, Ben. Like for me, I was close already. So this is not me being irrational either. I was close already. Though if I could have got cash in this week, I think it would have been fine. But because I can't do it now. It makes sense. I've got Onana stuck in goal, who I'm not happy with. Defence that I'm not happy with. Midfield that I'm not massively happy with. Strike, yeah, I'm going to do it. Yeah, cash cut, mate, yeah. Who is the best Luton midfielder? I wouldn't pick a Luton midfielder, mate. I'm going to go Lamptey. Actually, no. No, I'm not going to go Lamp. Do I want to go for Lamptey or do I want to go for Charlie Taylor? Let's go Charlie Taylor. This is exciting, isn't it? I'm literally on the fly reacting, wildcarding. How good. What a life. Well, Salah's got to come in. I'm not massive on Son. I feel like on the wild card you need Salah, but I can go without Son. Onana can go. We're going to do the huge. I'm going to go for Areola. I really like the thought of having a. I really like the thought of having Alvarez as well. I think Alvarez is really good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go Nakamba. Let's see what we can do here. Lamptey's 3.9. Mate, Ben, it's going to be absolutely horrendous for FPL if that happens. But from a football perspective, I don't care. I support them, so I'd be happy. So what do I need to do here then? God, the money situation is... It's just horrendous. Getting Son, but who for? Who can I bring Son in for? Spaghetti and beans, I think I'm wildcarding. We're doing it right now, mate. What do you mean call it? Yeah, the money is horrendous. The RB dropped in price. He's 6.7, he's gone up as well. Probably don't need Alvarez. I'll probably keep with Archer, actually. I think I'm going to have to keep with Archer. I'm not getting Haaland out, mate. What pushed me to do it, Spaghetti and Beans, is I was planning to do Botman to cash today. Because I was planning to do Botman to cash today, but I don't have enough cash anymore. And I feel like Botman to cash would have allowed me to do the team that I wanted to do. And now I'm unable to do it because cash rose by 0.1 million. And I've been by the looks of it, I've been utterly shafted on the wild card. I'm happy to go for Archer because he'll always play, in my opinion, for Sheffield United. My bench is going to be horrendous if I do that, though. Chelsea will probably win, but I would back them. Son is 9.4 million now. That leaves me with nothing. God, good grief. The price rises have shafted me. Absolutely shafted me. Son ain't worth that. Now, I'm happy to go without Son because Salah is the one I want this week for captaincy. Trippier to burn. No, I'm happy with Trippier. I think I've already hit a price on it. Yeah, I'm alright with Trippier. Or he could. Oh, yeah. It's a fair point. It's a fair point on the old Kieran Tripps. He could go. Big damn burn. He's gone up in price as well. What a joke. What a yoke. Neto. I'm not sure about Neto. I'm going to use my trusty friends at Draft Hound. Bowen to Eze. Eze's out for like 6 weeks, mate. He's got a hamstring injury. Oh, the cash price rise has absolutely screwed me. In fact, if I don't go for Son, I could do that. And then 7.4 million. Simon Shorts, you're always trying to troll me, bro. You're always trying to troll me. God. Could it be that I'm really looking at Mbumo again? Actually, no. Screw that. Screw that. Mbumo is a fraud. Say that at your peril, mate. He probably scores against United today. Long term, I don't think he's amazing anymore, but I do think he probably scores. Got 4.9. What do we think? So I would start with Cash, Porro, Udogi, Bowen, Diaby, Salah, Maddison, Alvarez, Watkins, Haaland. That'd be my team this week. Stop telling me to pick Eze. He's injured. Well, I could do a better keeper as well. I'm not massive on Areola. I don't know what other people are saying, but I'm not massive on him. And I guess I could save a bit of cash here as well, couldn't I? I go in Charlie Taylor. That gets me 0.1. And then I can afford... I'm already tripled up on Villa though. I can't afford Martinez. Yeah, Ward Price, but I'm just not massive on Ward Price, man. Let's have a look at his stats compared to Diaby's. So 0.41 expected goal involvement per 90. Ward Price. 0.3, 0.6. But then in games where he isn't scoring, like, I know it's obvious, but in games where he's not scoring, he's not really getting a sniff. Oh, it's tough, isn't it? What's his fixtures? They're good, to be fair. I really like Diaby, though. I guess, to be fair, because with Dean Henderson injured, well, he's got toughies next. KSI King, I can't keep up with your messages, mate. You're just spamming me with stuff. Goalkeeper Neto. Yeah, I think he's just... I don't really know what KSI King's doing. He's just sort of spamming the chat with... I can't keep up with his messages. So here's who's Draft Hound is saying are the next best goalkeepers over 3 weeks. It got Raya up there. I could get Raya. Is that right? No, I can't pick David Raya. I could do that, man. I could do this. Oh, man. And then just start Turner against Crystal Palace. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, mate, Prime is I must say, Prime is an absolute scam. Ben, by the way, you're a moderator. So I have trusted you with the ability to slow down. I don't know what you can do as a moderator, but potentially KSI King needs to be not blocked. I wouldn't block him. but he can be dealt with. Shaniel, big ups, mate. I could have done it too, but it's up to you mods can have a bit of fun. By the way, I will say, Prime Energy, right? It's shocking, especially the rehydration product, right? Because I know this as a swimmer myself, right? The key to not micronutrients, minerals, probably the right term, that you need to rehydrate yourself is sodium and potassium. Prime doesn't have any sodium in it at all. It's terrible for rehydration. You might as well just have a Lucozade or a Gatorade. Big up, Shaniel. Oh, there's loads of videos about it, Ben. I watch More Plates, More Dates. More Plates, More Dates, by the way, if any of you guys want a rabbit hole to go down. Oh, man, I really like this wildcard team. I really, really like it. Oh, FPL Diamond, that's very kind of you, mate. Thank you very much. Right, the wildcard's been played. I've done it. I've played my wildcard, lads. I regret no Son. Oh, and I need to do that. Ben, I'm sorry, mate. I had to desert you, but yeah, Botman to cash was the only move I could make to make my team capable to not wildcard in mine. That was because I set that in earlier in the week, right? That's why I wasn't wildcarding. I probably obviously I didn't necessarily say that on a video, but that's why I didn't hit the wildcard button at that point. But given all that's happened, I can't leave my team as it was. You know, it's going to be too devastating if Salah returns this week. Like, genuinely, I'm not massively afraid of Son. I feel like having Salah as my captain could cover him, and I've got Maddison as well. I feel like I'd be all right. But I was always worried about not having either Salah or Son. So this is my team. I'm quite happy with this, you know. I'm quite happy with this. Ramsdale didn't play. He didn't play in the cup either, did he? Or the European. I was just searched sofa. Yeah, cash is the one stopping me because I don't have enough cash. I can't believe the luck on that. I can't believe the luck on that. When did Chelsea? They play on Thursday. Actually, Alvarez, because it's international break, he's probably gonna travel far, isn't he? So he's the one that could leave. He's the one that could leave my team. Where are the games on Thursday? Oh, why are they? God, the dates are confusing on this. Oh, they play. I was looking at the Europa League for Arsenal. Whoops. When did they play? They must have played on Tuesday then. Did Raya start? I think Salah will do really well against Brighton this week. I can't pick Solanke over. I appreciate that, Ben, but I can't pick Solanke over Alvarez. There's just no way I can bring myself to do that. How did Arsenal line up? They go for Raya in goal? Yeah, Raya played. see what extra Areola allows me if I do go for him. Sky team I'll get to in a second, mate. I'm just confirming my FPL wildcard here, and then we will... Yeah, let's try without Raya. He could be victim here. We'll go without Alvarez. Stick good old Cammy Archer in. Who can I get? I've got 7.5 for a midfielder here. In fact, I'd be happy to go even cheaper than Dan Burn, to be honest. If I go Newcastle, Burn. I got cash money. I think Bruno could come in, couldn't he? If I go Bruno. 4.2. Oh, this is scary. This could be doable, you know. I'm looking at it, Ben. I'm just the thing, Harmony, that I'm worried about with these South American players. You too, FPL Diamond. The thing is, I'm a little bit worried about the South American players coming back from international break. Because obviously you're playing your wildcard this week, then it's an international break. I'm not too worried about injuries during international break. We just have to ride that, whatever happens. But I am a little bit worried about travelling. And Luis Diaz and Alvarez are going to come from South America just a few days before, well, the day before the Prem games start. And I'm just, certainly with Luis Diaz, I think Alvarez is so important to Man City at the moment. He probably plays. But Luis Diaz, I'm a little bit doubtful of. You see what I'm thinking? I've been smashed on these price rises, haven't I? If you had more, would you get Son in? I'm not massive on Son. I'm not. Just need that magical 4.2 million defender. Hey? Hey? Come on. 4.2 million. Probably going to play, to be fair. Come on. I can't do that, can I? I just can't believe the luck on Matty Cash, man. I can't believe the luck on Matty Cash. Just what can you do, man? What if I did go War Price? Because he's not bad, is he? If I did go War Price, I could then have the keeper that I want. This dude. 3.9 for a defender. Yeah, that leaves me in a bit of bother. Mate, this game week it's been an absolute headache. Jamal Lascelles. No, because Botman's back after international break. Archer to foot. Yeah, but I feel like Archer, I just like having someone on my bench. I just don't... I'm not sure it's enough for me. Maybe I could do this then. I haven't got enough. Lamptey's gone up to 4 million. When did he rise in price? When did Lamptey? Who's buying Lamptey? That's insane. What? What is now 4 million? Oh my god. Oh my god. We'll get there, mate. We'll get there. I feel like I'm getting close. I feel like I'm getting close. There's like 30 rises and drops. That's horrendous, isn't it? What? It's just unbelievable. I feel like I'm getting there. I feel like my my front 8, that's pretty good what I've got there right now. I'm pretty content with that. I think the difference though, oh mate, Ben, it's really annoying. What can you do? Like I figured it was the right thing to do to wait for information. Usually has been the right thing to do in the past. I don't think Martinez is big as a goalkeeper though, is he? I think 4.9 million. That's hardly big. Not too worried about that. He's the one I wanted anyway. I really like Martinez. Oh, Alexander, don't worry. I didn't even notice there was a price. There was a spelling mistake. And bro, you're from Romania, so you're making some spelling mistakes when writing in your not native language is absolutely fine. Don't worry. So here's the other option I have. Here's the other option I have. We do this. And I'm left with 4. I don't have anyone on my bench really if I do that. Now I feel like Porro's going to get a return too. But who do we sacrifice for Porro? I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Nah, Bruno's staying, mate. I like Bruno. Any cheap Palace defenders? It's not bad, shit. We're getting there, lads. We're getting there. Ward, no. Oh shit, Ward's injured. I've got him in my fan team, so I need to take him out then. Klein, he could play, to be fair. I don't think Bruno's paying at all. He's putting up good numbers. We need to do this then. West Ham. Full press in 4.1. So if we do that, we've got 4.6 now. In what world is Anderson worth 4.8 million as well? What's his XG? Terrible. What's actually Anderson's XG? It's not that great. The price rises last night have completely ruined me. Completely ruined me. Well, let's try Martinez in goal. 3.9. Can't do that then. Wow. You kind of just always end up going back to Areola, don't you? You just end up going back to, but he's got Newcastle. How can you pick a goalkeeper that's got Newcastle? But then I do have Bruno's on 3 yellows. Not too worried about Bruno. Be alright. I think I'm gonna have to go Alvarez, aren't I? Restore him. But then I've only got 4 million. What a week. What a week. What has happened? What has happened? The game, man. The game has been cruel. I feel like I have a really good core of a team now. And it's just the odds and ends that need to be sorted. To be fair, I mean, people backing Lamptey to play is crazy, isn't it? But he could. What's Alvarez's underlying numbers? Not that amazing. They're not that amazing. Those fixtures. I do have a bit of an idea. But it is a raucous one. It is raucous. I'm telling you, it is madness. What are Newcastle's fixtures like? Good. They're good. No, Solanke's not calling my name. Hear me out. Oh man, it could work. It could work. Hear me out. Hear me out. I don't think Solanke's worth it in FPL. With the other players around his price, like Alvarez, I feel like if you can get Solanke, you might as well go for Alvarez. I could start Archer and then have Gordon. Can you believe I'm saying that? What if? I don't know, because I can't. What if I do Neto now? If I go for Neto, who's Neto got this week? Villa. No, Marius. I'm not going to go for Son. I think he's risen too much now. I'm going to captain Alvarez. I'm going to captain Salah. No, I can't do that. My brain is fried. We'll land on one that I'm happy with eventually. Oh, it's mental, isn't it? Wildcard building live on stream. What insanity. What insanity. I'm genuinely, my bias is not creeping in. I think Bruno is fine. He plays every game for 90 minutes. His underlying numbers, 0.74 expected returns per 90. Really, really good. He takes the penalty. So, I mean, Man United could get a penalty in any game. I really don't think he's a bad option. I think I'm going to have to go Ward Price. I'm not too happy with Ward Price. Go triple West Ham. My good grief. What a life. Who would you captain with your old team? It would have to be Haaland. And I think Salah's the best captain this week. So that's why I'm not, yeah, I'm happy. I guess our bottom's gone up, and I can't get bottom back then. I could go Gahey. I'm really tempted to go for Martinez in goal though. I'm really tempted, but I can't stretch to it. Can't go low with those fixtures. Johnston, but then he's got Newcastle away next, so can't really go for that. I don't want Flecken. Brighton ain't kept a clean sheet. Neto, man, I can't go for Neto, can I? Those fixtures aren't bad, are they? I need someone in and around 4.5 million though, so I can get a semi-decent defender in. I think it's going to have to be Areola, isn't it? But I don't really want Areola against Newcastle. I don't really fancy that. I think it's going to have to be Areola. And then he's so popular, isn't he, I guess? Go Zuma. And then I've got 4 West Ham players. I can't do that. I really like Zuma. Turner can play this week. Yeah, true. They got Palace. Palace is crap. But the question is, does Turner play again this week? I guess it's not the end of the world if he doesn't, is it? JC, bro, I'm very jealous. I can't afford that team. Although I would say your bench is weak. One of your defenders doesn't play, you're in trouble. We're getting here, lads. We're getting there. What happens? Because I could do... God, it seems mental booking in a transfer, doesn't it? What's his actual underlying numbers like? Oh, they're not bad. They're not bad at all. Villa, Bournemouth. No. It's got to be War Price, hasn't it? I do like War Price though. Those fixtures for West Ham are really good too. You can just set him, forget him, can't you? His underlying numbers they're alright. Yeah, maybe I go Neto and then I can get, if I don't like him, I can go to Gordon. Because it's not like Neto in goalkeeper. I want Martinez. I really want Martinez. And then I got 4.5. I'm not massive on Gahey, you know. Mitchell, what's his compared to Gahey? So he's got terrible expected goal involvement. 0.06. Gahey. I could go Zuma if I do this. I could go Zuma if I do this. I quite like Zuma, you know. For those that fixture on as well, I feel like he's got some good goal threat. What about Kufal? I can't afford Gabriel. I feel like Neto can become Anthony Gordon as well if Neto doesn't perform. Like Anthony Gordon, He's in there at the same price. Underlying numbers really good. Fixtures coming up really good. He's only suspended 1 week. So I could just do Neto to Gordon if that doesn't work out. Yeah, but I don't really want Gabriel because he's an injury risk. He's a rotation risk. Look at those fixtures for Martinez as well. Is there a 3-point? Well, given that I'm playing Martinez, I don't need. Is there a 3.8 goalkeeper? I guess it's the question, isn't it? Who's the cheapest keeper? By price. Is there a 3.9 keeper yet? Yes, there is. If I go 3.9 on my keeper. I can afford 4.6 in defence. We're getting there, lads, aren't we? Or you can sort by expected goal involvement. Incredible. I could get, if I do this, I could get Colwell. I don't mind Colwell, you know. Actually, yeah, I don't like Colwell. Could get Luca Dean. I think it's Turner. In. Porro goes for a West Ham. Someone like Zuma v Kufal. I'll go Zuma. And then that. I think we're there. I think that's it for me. I think that's it. And then Neto is a nice price point because he allows for someone. The one I am a little bit worried about is Alvarez. But Neto is a nice price point, and there's both him and Gordon, who I think are two good options at that price. Ultimately, if Bruno doesn't perform, continues not to perform, he can quite easily go for Alvarez in a couple of transfers. Because Mubama doesn't play spaghetti and beans, I like the thought of Archer because I wouldn't be too upset if Archer came in, but I wouldn't want to have to play Mubama. And ultimately, it doesn't really get me anything, that extra cash in the bank. I'm happy with this. Right, we're going to tweet it. We're going to tweet it. No, I'm not even playing Son, mate. I'm not even playing Son. Top decided that it wasn't enjoying its life. Hopefully you guys can see me back. We're trying. Yeah, I should be back. It's looking like the preview showing me back. Yeah, my laptop just decided to crash. Clearly it didn't like tweeting at the same time as wildcarding. Thanks everyone that stuck around though. I appreciate that. Best Spurs defender? Porro, if you can afford it, mate. We're coming back. We're coming back. Thanks everyone that stayed. I appreciate that. Clearly my laptop did not enjoy what happened. Thankfully it let me restart the stream. Sometimes YouTube and OBS can be really annoying, where once you finish a stream you can't restart it, but because the laptop crashed it still thought I was live, so I was just able to go live again on OBS. My laptop crashed, Sidemen shorts, that's what happened. Chenko, shoot, what's your team? That was so annoying. I've been absolutely battered today. Right, we're going to go for another tweet. My laptop, my CPU usage is 37%. That doesn't sound too bad. I just can't believe the luck on that, man. What a joke. Well, I don't know the deal with DRB, to be completely honest with you. Oh, now Finder's not even able to find my screenshot. Yeah, I respect Raptor's decision to do that a lot, because he got a lot of pelters on Twitter for that last night, I saw. Yeah. Elon follows me. No, he doesn't. Here's my latest notifications. I can't believe that, man. What horrendous luck to have the cash price rise happen when it did, eh? I mean, what can you do? No, I need to ask Elon for a loan, you're right. Small loan of $1 million. Oh, see, I can't even screenshot now. It won't even let me look at my recent screenshots. My laptop's had a death. That's it then. That is my wild card sorted. I didn't want to do it. I think it's logical. Well, it is logical, because the one transfer I wanted to make this week was Botman to cash. That's the one transfer I wanted to make. And for whatever reason, I was not able to do it. So annoying, man. Ben, if you sent it to me, hang on. Well, I'll be good, rather than I'll go on the solo screen. I've got some DMs on Twitter, but I don't want to read them on stream just because they're DMs. I don't mind Pedro Neto. It's just not the kind of player. He sent a video. Well, I'm after what's just happened to me, pal, with my laptop crashing, trying to just do a tweet. I'm not going to load your video, but if you send me a screenshot of it on Twitter or tweet it to me, I'll have a look at it on screen. Oh, God, what a morning! Yeah, just appreciate everyone sticking around when my laptop crashed. Areola, Cash, Trippier, Udogi, Son, Salah, Saka, and Bumo Diaby, João Pedro. Ooh, solid Trippier for -4. It's not bad, but I wouldn't be massively happy with João Pedro. That's what I would say. I can't believe I'm wildcarding without Heung-min Son. What am I doing? Nah, I don't think so. Isiraf. I don't think so. If that's how you pronounce your name. Sorry if I bottled that. I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, Botman's really annoying. I would have done him to cash this week and then I wouldn't have needed to wildcard. Can't afford Son, bro. I got no cash. Got no cash. I spent all my budget with this team. Cheers, Ben. I'll have a look, see. Alright, hang on. I won't show my DMs again. We'll go back to the old solo screen. Why is Twitter so like CPU draining? It's only Twitter. Bloody hell. Elon's, don't know what he's got my PC running. I'm not followed by Dylan Dennis, mate. Right, I can share this. Yeah, it's strong, mate. That's a strong wild card, that. I think I showed you mine, didn't I? Yeah, I can open up this chat. This is just a fan team chat that I'm in. This is a good chat, by the way. That's my wildcard team and fan team. Should we try and tweet out my team again? No, can't do it. Still not loading the latest screenshots. Yeah, of course I can, mate. Let's get you in. You're in, pal. I prefer Son just because I do think Son is better than Bruno, but I don't think there's much in it. And yes, the thing is, I feel like with fan team, the pricing favors going for exactly. The pricing favors it more. It's a different game, so you have to unfortunately play them differently. It's the same with Solanke up front as well. One thing I guess I could do on stream, we could look at because I've got Neto now, and he is a bit of a 90-minute man, isn't he? Now I've put faith in Neto in FPL. Could I do it in fan team? I don't know, Dakshin, to be completely honest with you. I don't know to the point where I haven't gone for him. I ain't got any news. Emery said there's just no news on him, really, which is annoying. Don't know what to say. Right, here's my fan team. Let's have a quick look. If I go, the only thing I could do is go Neto instead of Solanke, because Neto's played 90 every game, and obviously the 90-minute bonus is huge. And then, but what does that actually allow me? I'm really happy with this. I need to get rid of Ward, actually. That's one thing I do need to get rid of. But I don't have any cash in the bank. That is a problem. It's lucky I'm checking this. I don't have enough cash in the bank at the moment. Oh, go Craig Dawson, couldn't we? Again, he's going to play, isn't he, for West Ham? Or he's a bit of a risk. Who else is at 4.4? There's a lot of good players here, isn't there, to be fair? Who's the best XGI for Wolves defenders? And I will go for them in fan team. Sort by expected goal, involvement. Kilman's top. I feel like Dawson's in then. Dawson's in. I wouldn't be -4 in Alvarez for Watkins, mate. I would start Turner over Areola if I had them. I do think Trippier is really expensive, but I really do like Trippier. And also, I don't know what I can do with my team, like, without him. Could I get, if I go, because the other Newcastle defenders are a lot more, aren't they? Like, Trippier's, 7, but then the other Newcastle defenders are in and around 5.5, 6, rather than FPL, where there's almost 3 million difference. I could go Porro, couldn't I? But then I like this team as it is. How much is Porro? 5. And what can I do up front if I do that? No, I'm sticking to my guns, Ben. I'm sticking to my guns, mate. I don't know about Edouard. It's worth searching on Twitter for that, Ashton, to be completely honest with you. I must admit, I'm not massively keeping up with that kind of news. Trippier. Playing Mbumo or Bowen. I think I'd play... God, this week I'd consider Mbumo. So that's my team then. I'm happy with that. It'll do. And then we'll just do... Dawson's in this one as well. So I've done that. So is it the £2 game that I need to look at? Get Craig Dorso in. Morris or Nunes? Oh, Alvarez is better than both of them, in my opinion, mate. Craig Dawson. I guess also if I go Craigo, I could get a 4 million in, couldn't I? But then I don't really have any cover. Is there a defender that's play? Nope. Nope. Stick to my guns. Stick to my guns. I'm actually, you know what? I'm really happy with this team. It was done a bit quickly, wasn't it? But I mean, I've made wildcard content all week, so it wasn't too hard to do it. There we go. Let's get a good view. There we are. I'm happy with that. No, Dan, I'm afraid not. I'm actually now going to check Twitter to see if we have much news. But right now, I don't know. We've had a mental session, by the way. Absolutely mental stream. God, this guy's got my team. But he can afford Son. Oh. That's such a hard look. That's such a good team. Oh, thanks, Dan, mate. Yeah, it was lovely. We just went out for a nice dinner. Just went for a walk Saturday morning. But because my girlfriend was staying over, I didn't want to. While she was trying to have a lie-in, the last thing I wanted to do was crack on a deadline stream at 8:30 a.m. while she was staying around my house. So I didn't think that was particularly a good idea. So yeah, I just had to take last week off. But yeah, thank you guys for your understanding and wishing us well. I really appreciate that. Yeah, as most of you probably know, she did a gap year in New Zealand last year. So yeah, we didn't really get to spend our anniversary together. So yeah, just nice. It was nice to have her back and yeah, take advantage and go out for dinner. So yeah, it was lovely. Thank you. But yeah, could you imagine? She's because I'm not rich. I do all this from my bedroom. Yeah, like she's there right, and I just crack on my deadline stream before she wakes up with my studio lighting shining in her face. I don't think she'd have been too happy about that. So, well, I don't think anyone would have been happy about it. Oh man, alive! I can't believe the price rises that I've been done by here. Yeah, mate, I'm on wildcard. I've done it. There's my wildcard team. Would you go DRB? I can't. Annoyingly, your message, Sidemen Shorts, is look. It's blocked by a heart. So I'm guessing that says no Watkins. I can't actually read it. But no, I wouldn't. I'd favour Watkins over DRB. Just because DRB is also an injury risk. It's really annoying that. I haven't been able to turn it off. But usually when I get a message at the bottom of the chat, it gets blocked by that. So I can't actually read one of the words in the message. Oh, thank you very much, Ben. It's been a just speaking of YouTube views, and I don't really, I've enjoyed every video that I've ever made, but for some reason it's been really tough. All the videos I've done have not done as well as they have previously this week, but yeah, I've just cracked on. I really enjoy it. Some people, if they don't see their videos getting views, etc., might just give up, but I really enjoy making them, and some of the comments that people have left on them this week have been really, really nice, so it's kept me going. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate that. It really has spaghetti and beans. I can't believe that I've hit my wild card and done it all in half an hour on a stream. Nice HT, nice. I guess I could go for DRB over Bowen, and that would allow me to do Bruno for Son. But I really like this team. And with Neto, I'm not saying I have absolute faith in Pedro Neto, because we all know what he's... thank you very much, Sidemen Shorts. I'm not saying I've got faith in Pedro Neto, but because you've got Anthony Gordon at that price point as well, I don't think it's the end of the world. If Bowen doesn't perform, Vishva has just mentioned it, Mitoma's got really good fixtures in after game week 10. So yeah, I think it's good. United players doing my head in too, but I think they're all right, I think they're all right. And I really like Martinez in goal. I don't think Areola is going to prove to be that good of a goalkeeper. Just because of, I just don't rate him. I'm sorry, I don't rate it. I really like Martinez. Well, the points potential that Martinez has. He was the first season he played for Villa. He was the top scoring goalkeeper in the game. I'm not too scared of Son because I was never keen on captaining him this week. I'm really keen on captaining Salah, though. I really like Salah. I'm not massive on Son. Not massive on Son. It's mad that I've seen more people considering not having Haaland than not having Son. Watkins or Alvarez. I think on the face of it, I'd go Watkins. Is my screenshot loaded so I can share my team on Twitter yet? I might have to do it on my phone otherwise. No, phone's coming out. 2 seconds, lads. Just grab my phone that was charging. Also, what did happen, I was super panicked, right? I left my phone overnight to charge, as most people do. And I didn't actually plug it in. So when my stream died, I immediately went to my phone that was on to tweet or put something in the chat to say my laptop crashed. I unlocked my phone. It was on 1%. I thought, well, I'll give it a chance. I loaded up YouTube and then it just died. So I had no way of communicating with anyone. So thankfully it all launched up okay. I'm just gonna grab my phone. It depends on NCK footy. So I have Udogi Udogie, but that's because I got him for 4.5 million at the start of the game. Somehow I picked him. And now he's worth 4.9. So the attacking stats for Porro are much better. So I would go for Porro if I didn't have, if I didn't have the price on Udogie, if that makes sense. So if you're picking a wild card, you don't have either of them, I go Porro. However, if you've got a lot of cash invested in Udogie, I'd stick with him. I'd go Ward-Prowse over Almiron personally, but over both of them, I'd have Pedro Neto, which is what I've done. God, man, the price rises in FPL are so annoying, aren't they? What a joke. I don't like how they work. I also don't like that FPL, you have to use a third-party website or software for something to predict them. Do you know what I mean? There isn't a internal FPL tool for telling you when players are coming close to price rises. Even though FPL damn well know who is close, you just get told when it happens. I don't like that. Don't know what you guys think about that. I just think it's mental. Right, I'm just going to tweet out my... See, I've just plugged my phone into charge. If I transferred cash in, what did you say about Raptor? I don't think it's a content thing. I think he's doing it because he feels that's best for his team. I feel like, unfortunately, I'm not going to pretend I know how it feels to be a content creator of his size, etc., etc. But I'd like to think, as a man that knows a lot about psychology, etc., he's got enough self-awareness that he wouldn't do it for exposure. I think it's an added benefit, but not one that he's done it for. I think he's done it because he thinks it's best for his team. Whatever Raptor does with his FPL team, people will watch, enjoy, and it will get him views. So I don't think he's doing it for views. I think he's doing it because he genuinely thinks it's the best thing for his team. Personally, I don't agree with him. I don't think it is the best thing to do, but I understand why he would do it. Sorry, lads, I'm just doing a tweet about my team on my phone because I tried to do it on my laptop earlier, but it crashed. Yeah, Ben, I've got another one I can invite you to, but the chat that I added you to has got Josh Waldridge, who is a former winner of the game, FPL Caesar, who won the season-long fan team game last season. So you've got 2 previous fan team winners in there, along with a load of other experienced players. So it's probably the best group chat you could possibly be involved in for fan team. Not being cocky, but yeah, I genuinely think it will help you a lot. I just can't believe the luck I've had with price rises. It's just absolutely vile. Oh, right, there we go. The team is out. If people, by the way, if anyone wants to send me their team on Twitter for me to have a look at, put on stream, people in the chat can comment on it as well. Feel free to do that. And my Twitter is @GoldenGoalFF. See it there? Yeah, feel free to tweet me your team and I'll have a look at it. And then just keep piling away in the chat. I think my team's settled now. Oh, big ups. Ben, thank you so much, mate. I really appreciate that. Mate, that's all right. I appreciate the super chat. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much, mate. Zuma and Gahey. Oh, look. I don't think you need to flip a coin, just saying. I just think, like, you think of the 2 teams together, right? Zuma is such an aerial threat. He's absolutely massive, and he's really athletic. And they've got James Ward-Prowse taking the free kicks. There's just no way, in my opinion, that Gahey is better than Zuma. Yeah, I had to get rid of Trippier, mate. There was no chance I could build a team I was happy with and still have Trippier in it. I just had to get rid of him. He's going to absolutely kill me, but I can't have Trippier in this team. Painful, man. Painful. If I'd have done the wildcard on Monday, I could have had Trippier, probably Son or Diaby. I don't even want to think about it. FPL can do one. We learn every season, don't we? I think my one learning last season was price rises and falls while you're on your wildcard. So if you sell a player that you've gained value in, you then have to buy them back at their full price on the wildcard, which is obviously rubbish. But I think if you're playing your wildcard, you're best off playing it on the Monday of the week or the first day of the week, picking a team that you're happy with to catch the price rises, and then. But I mean, for my position, I was in a state where I didn't need to do it until this morning because cash rose in price. It's just, yeah, what a pool of crap luck. Unbelievable. Højlund, Watkins, Nunes, I like it. I like Højlund, but I just don't think, based on how Man United are playing, I just don't think you can justify picking Højlund over Alvarez. Bruno's the only one from Man United that I'd be hedging on, just because he always plays 90 minutes. He's got still really good underlying numbers, and he takes the penalties for them. I just think penalties have add so much to a player's potential, you know, because they can be scored in any game. Sterling -4 to Madison, I don't hate that, but I feel like if you had Sterling, they got Burnley now, haven't they? So I don't think it's worth selling Sterling before he plays Burnley. I don't mind Almiron, but I do think Neto and Gordon are better. Almiron is a notoriously streaky player. I think Sterling is a hold. I really do. Almiron, Neto, or Bowen? Bowen of the three. Bowen plays every game, really good underlying numbers. I really like Bowen. I think he could score against anyone. In fact, I think West Ham are going to beat. No, I think it'll probably be a draw. Both teams will score today. My rank's not too bad though, to be fair. 394k could be a lot worse. I don't think. Yes, people are going to be big on Son, I know, but I'm not too scared of Son. I'm not. I think we can. I'd definitely have Trippier if I could afford him, but I don't think Burns too bad. Oh, this is a good question, Ben. Yeah, mate. MF said that I couldn't believe it. I didn't think Cash would rise. I looked at him on Thursday and he was like 25% chance of rising, and then he rose. Who do you think wins? So, right. So here's my thoughts on the Dylan Dennis-Logan Paul fight, right? Whatever happens in the fight, Dylan Dennis has come out of the whole situation better than Logan Paul. As long as the fight goes ahead, he's done better. Because all Logan Paul has done, he's got no comeback to the beef that, what Dylan Dennis has been saying to him. Absolutely no comeback at all. We all know what we're seeing. No one needs to comment on that. Logan's taken the L there. Even if Logan knocks him out, Logan is definitely on performance-enhancing drugs. There's no question in my mind that he's on performance-enhancing drugs. He tore, apparently, his ACL, LCL and meniscus after a wrestling match, and then 4 months later he was back, which means he must have used stem cell therapy and all sorts of peptides and steroids and growth hormone to get back, which is obviously banned in competitive sports, right? The guy's physique is ludicrous, and for him to he's on drugs, right? 100% he's on drugs, and he's refused to take, he's talked about drugs tests, etc., all throughout the build up to the fight. But no one's done a drug test. Dylan Dennis, I think, he might even be on drugs himself, but I doubt it. So I think Logan Paul's going to win the fight, but there's no way that even if he wins the fight, anyone cares. And I don't like Logan Paul, and I think the whole debacle about it has proven how dislikable he is. I don't particularly like Dylan Dennis either, but yeah, that's my thoughts on that fight. As for KSI Tommy Fury, I really like KSI. I've grown up watching him ever since his FIFA 11 videos, right? So I've been a fan of his ever since he started. I'm not really into the Sidemen anymore. I appreciate we've got a big Sidemen fan in the chat, but it's just not really clicked with me, so I've not really watched the Sidemen content, but complete respect for what those UK guys have done in the YouTube landscape. It's unbelievable, isn't it? They're all multi-millionaires, as big celebrities as you'd ever get on TV. It's just amazing what they've achieved. However, Tommy Fury is genetically built to do boxing. The length of his arms compared to anyone else's, the guy is made for boxing. He comes from the Fury family, who are born boxers. He's been sparring with his brother all his life. He beat Jake Paul, who personally I think is a better boxer than KSI, although styles make fights, so you can't compare the two. I just don't see a way that KSI beats Tommy Fury. I don't really care who wins, to be honest. It doesn't affect my life either way. In fact, I'd probably rather KSI did it than Tommy Fury, just because I've got more allegiance and support KSI more. But I just don't see a way he wins. Tommy Fury has been boxing his entire life. He comes from the Fury family. His genetics are just incredible. And like I was saying, the length of his arms are just unbelievable. That's one thing you need. I know it sounds so simple, but I mean, KSI was tweeting making fun of Tommy Fury for having long arms, but that's he could jab KSI's face off without KSI even getting too close. And yeah, he's bigger. I just don't see a way KSI wins it. So I think Logan Paul and Tommy Fury win. But I'm really excited for it. I haven't bought the fights. I've heard they've even sold out. But obviously, like most people, I'll probably just stream them. But I think it's been really good for boxing. The beef has been really good. I don't think the KSI and Tommy Fury exchanges have been as interesting as Dylan Dennis and Logan Paul, though. I just don't think they've sold the fight enough, like in terms of what they said to each other. But like, what I feel like they've sort of said all they can, really. You know, KSI and Tommy Fury don't really hate each other. You know why they're doing the fight. Yeah. It's really cool, though, isn't it? I've really enjoyed watching it all on Twitter play out. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Pro Dylan Dennis has been absolutely killing the Twitter game. The one thing I'm a little bit disappointed in is that I know what he's done, right? I don't know the American legal situation and, you know, if it constitutes to him being convicted of anything, etc. I don't know. Obviously, he's not been very nice to Logan Paul's fiance. Whether that constitutes I don't know the word. Whether that means he gets charged for something, I'm not sure. But it is a shame that they put the suits or the lawsuits in before the fight. I just don't know why they did that. The way to play it, surely, is let Logan Paul win the fight and then file the lawsuits after he wins the fight. That's the way you beat Dylan Dennis, isn't it? But doing the lawsuits before the fight, trying to interrupt his prep and all that stuff, I just don't think they've played it very well. In my opinion, if I wanted to put a lawsuit against Dylan Dennis, I'd wait for Logan Paul to knock him out, which he probably will do, and then file the lawsuit after. I don't know why they haven't done that. Oh, I don't like Jake Paul, but I think he's, of the YouTube people, he's the best boxer. Not because, I don't really know much about boxing, but the guy has been training like a professional boxer ever since he started. The other two, you know, Logan Paul's done a bit of WWE. KSI has been back and forth in terms of the shape he's been in, etc., etc. Whereas Jake Paul he's been training like a professional boxer now for 3 or 4 years. And from my experience with sport, you know, there's talent, don't get me wrong. I think probably Logan Paul, KSI, and Jake Paul have equal levels of talent, to be completely honest with you. But Jake Paul's put in the most work. And when you put in more work than other people in sport, it tends to get rewarded. Well, in any endeavour. And I think Jake Paul's put in the most work. So he's probably the best. And then obviously Tommy Fury's done more than any of them put together because he's been boxing all his life. So I think he's better than all of them. Right, anyway, Sakatason and Bumo Takulu and Estupinian for Castagna -4. I don't like Castagna, but I don't mind the other moves. In fact, I would just do Sakatason, Estu to Castagna, or Estupinian to Charlie Taylor. And then, yeah, that'd be me. King Abdallah, it would depend on who you want to captain this week. If you think Son is the best captain this week, then you should go for the option where you pick Son. But if you have a player who you'd be happy to captain that isn't Son, then you do that, in my opinion. Alfie, I don't know if you're still in the chat. Sorry, a lot was going on, so I couldn't pick up your message. With your one free transfer, mate, I would do Botman to cash, and then the rest of your team, I would take a hit, actually. I'd do Botman to cash and Chilwell to burn, and then stick with that. I think you can play that team with a hit, if you're still in. Start Archer or do Botman to burn with one free transfer and play 4-4-2. I'd start Archer. Gotta be honest with you, I'd start with Archer if you can do that. Bit of both, Ben. Just depends what I'm up to. So tomorrow I'm a swimmer, so I'm at a swimming competition tomorrow. So I won't be able to watch any of the games. So I'll just keep up to date with them and this afternoon I'm going to see my family. So I will probably I'll probably just watch Final Score or Sky Sports or something. Do you reckon so, Ben? I think I'm 50-50. I'm cognizant of both. I would say I'm definitely a minutes man. I favour minutes over the eye test, over the data, sorry. I guess minutes is not necessarily a data-driven thing. There's only one metric for minutes. It's how many minutes they play. Botman to cash and Chilwell to burn. I think you'd be alright without Son. I was going to go, if I didn't have to wildcard this week, I would have gone without Son as well. I can't believe how screwed I've been on the price rises, man. It's just been absolutely devastating for my team. Yeah, James Ward-Prowse. Gordon Neto, agree. James Ward-Prowse, Gordon and Neto with a 3 at that price. Fifth defender, 5.7 in the bank. Matty Cash. I don't think the Bowen Ward-Prowse double up is the end of the world. I had it, but I needed to create a bit more cash. So you can see I've got nothing in the bank with this team. I really like this team, man. I'm really happy with this team, you know. Couple of good fixtures for Neto, and then when Newcastle play Wolves, you could quite easily switch, couldn't you? I don't mind that. I don't mind it. Have a look at Twitter together, folks, see if there's any news. One more defender, Charlie. One more defender, 5.7 in the bank. I'd go cheap and see if you can upgrade elsewhere. Unless you're not on a wild card. Look at this guy's team. It's so much better than mine. All the cash he's got. Oh well. I just don't know how you can back Højlund over Alvarez. T Khalid, what do you need, mate? If you tweet me your wildcard team at Golden Goal FF on Twitter, that's me. Do it, and I'll rate it for you. I just can't believe the Matty Cash price rise, man. That's an absolute nightmare. Robertson, a better pick than Trippier. Not sure about that. Not sure about that one. I'm really happy about having Salah as well. Really happy about Salah captain this week. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for Salah captain. Yeah, totally, Ben. The 90 minutes and goalkeeper saves bonus are so big, and the shots on target bonus are so big in fan team. They count for so much across the season. That's why hopefully I was trying to draw that into you at the start of the game as well. Because, the defenders don't earn the 90-minute bonus. Trippier, I still think, is worth having over the other Newcastle defenders, just for the attacking upside that he has. And the fact that the other Newcastle defenders are priced so highly. And you can, of course, always downgrade. Watkins and a 6.2 million mid versus Darwin Alvarez. I think Watkins and Neto is better because that's obviously what I could do with my team. But the thing is with Darwin and Alvarez is they're South American players that go on international break next week. Don't know what state they're going to come back in the week after to whether they're going to start. Like Darwin probably won't start. Might not start game week 9, I would say. That's all right, Khalid. Areola, Cash, Trippier, Anderson, Porro, Salah, Son, Richarlison, Neto, Watkins, Haaland. I don't mind it. I think if you can afford Bowen over Richarlison, I would do that. And then I don't think you need Gordon. I don't think you need a player as expensive as Gordon on your bench. I really like that team, NCK Footy. I really like it. God, this stream, by the way, is absolutely flown by with having to wildcard. I can't believe how quick it's gone. We got 45 minutes till the deadline. I've been live for an hour and a half, hour and 50. I can't. Mental. Nearly live for 2 hours. Time's flown by. So yeah, basically everyone has identical teams to me, but because of my price rise disasters, I've had to go for Bruno Fernandes instead of Son. I don't think so, Ben. Not this season. There could be one in like game week 19 for Man City, but Man City are literally the worst team to have a double game week because outside of Haaland, possibly Alvarez, but De Bruyne will be back fit then. Like a double game week for Man City, who's going to play both the games? That's the only sort of double game week I think there'll be. I guess Brentford will have one too. Brentford are likely to have one as well. Quick look at Sky, if that's all right, lads. Just going to do a quick look. It was the clean... I didn't even get to this. Clean sheet odds for the week, by the way, lads. I didn't even look at this. Got so just caught up in the wild card. I didn't even look at expected points by position either. I've done it, look. Here they are. I'll go through it slowly. Here's your top keepers this week. Your top defenders. Your top mids. And your top forwards. Just logging into Sky Fantasy Football site. So if anyone's watching that's a Sky player. Yes, you can win money on Sky. It's not quite as easy to win money in Sky as Fan Team, but there are paid mini leagues in Sky where you are allowed to pay to enter. There's a prize pot for each of them. And also, what was I going to say? Forgot what I was going to say. And Sky Bet manage the money as well, so you don't need to pay someone. Here's how my Sky team's looking. I think, unfortunately, I can't afford Son. It's 9.7. I'm going to have to sell Saka for Son to captain Son today. God above. God above, that's painful. Can I buy Watkins then if I do that? No. Selling's, I'm going to go captain-wise as well. I'm obviously going to captain Son today. I'm going to captain Salah tomorrow. I do feel like Arsenal could score against Man City as well. There we go. There's my Sky team sorted. Oh, By the way, thank you everyone for tuning in and watching the stream. If you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave me a like rating and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That'd be lovely. God, I just can't believe my luck on the price rises, bro. Can't believe it. You think Arsenal will win? Man City are putting not much emphasis on the game. I think Pep Guardiola was sort of downplaying it in his press conferences. You can tell that, I guess, to Man City, the game is not as important as it is to Arsenal, but you can't play down, you know, an away game against Arsenal, can you? Alan Morris, you want my opinion on that? I think I would do Bowen and Solanke. But it's really tough. That's those kind of 50-50 wildcard decisions, isn't it, that are going to hurt players this week. Oh, let me know what you guys plan to do with your weekends, by the way. So yeah, I haven't seen my family back home for a few weeks, so I'm going to go down there this afternoon, put on the old football scores and watch them come in with my dad. And then tomorrow I've got a swimming competition. I've bought myself a new racing suit as well. Spent a bit of cash on that this week, so I'm excited to wear that. I've got some new racing goggles as well. Do you want to see them? We can put them on live on stream. MFZ, this is my wildcard. This is it. I've used it. This is my wildcard team. Here are the old racing goggles. I look really mean in them. You ready? And I put them on. I can't actually see without my glasses on either. That's the face you get as my opponent. Can't believe I just did that. But yeah, you can't even see my eyes in them. Have you seen the free ticket thing on Fan Team? No, I haven't. You have to. What's all that about? I'm not really a gambler, so I don't look at stuff beyond. Excuse me. I don't really look at stuff beyond the season long, to be honest. What's the free ticket thing, mate? Son starting? I mean, I don't know. Exactly, that's what I was thinking. The opponents would be terrified, shaking on the blocks. No, I don't have a Bet365 account. I might open one up to play it, but I think of Tony Hibbert when I see that shirt. Estupinian, Matoma, and Haaland, they're fine. I don't have Estupinian or Matoma, and I don't care about Haaland's price. I don't think I'd ever sell Haaland. No one cares about Sven Botman. He'll be back after international break. Play Burn or Branthwaite. Come on. Burn, mate. You got to play Burn. You can't trust the Everton defence, surely. Oh, so Villa, FPL Villain, who is a insider Aston Villa account, he thinks that Diaby is going to play. So yeah, anyone wants Diaby news? We don't have any concrete news, but a Villa insider, I think, makes a fair point with Leon Bailey playing 97 minutes in European football. I think that says all you need to know about Diaby. I think Emery trusts he's fit to play. Sky, Ben, definitely Sky. Sky, you've got to be so much more active managing it because there's a captain every day there's a football game. So you have to make transfers every day, basically, to get the best captain. It's, yeah, Sky. Solanke news? That's a good point because he was injured, wasn't he? I think he'd be fine, personally. If we go Solanke injure, that should find us. Solanke injury. Oh, that's April. Mitchell or Burn as the spare 4.5. Well, Burn's gone up to 4.6. So I think you have to go Mitchell because you can't afford it. But over both, I would probably have Zuma. I ain't seen any news on our man Solanke yet. My team, Bristol City, by the way, I've got Leeds United away. That's a good away day, isn't it? Is Watkins a must-have? In my opinion, he is, mate. I think he was a must-have at the start of the season. Like, I've had him every single game week. I think he is. I think he is a must-have. Rashford or Fernandes? I like Fernandes over Rashford. I think there's even a chance, just with how he's been playing, that Rashford gets dropped. But Bruno, he's been putting up really, really good numbers this season. They've got one tough fixture coming up. One tough fixture. Alexandru, I really like Salah. I'm willing to. I'm so convinced personally. Before obviously a ball's been kicked, I'm so convinced on Salah that I don't have. As you can see, I don't have Son in my team. I just don't think Son will play the full game. Well, obviously Salah will. I also feel like Luton, they're going to be bang up for it. And Brighton have conceded a goal every game. They don't have Estupinian. I just think Liverpool are going to score a lot of goals. I really do. I'm backing Salah personally. I think the logic is there to suggest that Salah is a better captain than Son. I personally don't see the argument, and feel free if someone in the chat wants to make it. That's what the game's all about. But what is the argument for captaining Son over Salah? Why is he a better captain? I don't have an answer for that. I don't see a point for Son that's better than Salah. And when you look, in fact, I've got some stats here. I think is it. There we go. Yeah, you compare the underlying numbers. I'd keep him Boomer, yeah. I think he could do all right against Man United. I really do. Solanke, Højlund, Alvarez, or Edouard. Alvarez. Trust in Alvarez. I like Alvarez. And then if it doesn't work, you can always sack him off. I just think Salah's better than Son. It's just my thinking. Do Villa have played all their relatively tough fixtures, haven't they, as well? Like, oh, they got Man City, Arsenal in a double 15-16. It's all right for Villa, isn't it? Give you a good point. Salah without Gakpo. Salah moving far wide as a creator for Darwin. Salah on Thursday night should tell you all you need to know. But I don't mind him as a creator. Like, Son doesn't have that to his game at all, does he? It's just goals for Son. I don't mind the potential assists that Salah could get. I mean, that doesn't worry me at all. He's always got the penalties. That is true, Martin. It's good. It's a good point. It's a good point. It's not putting me off Salah, but it's a good point. They're both, it's not like one is home or one away. I think that would be a big factor as well. Like, if Son was at home against Luton, I'd heavily back him. But he's not. He's away. Early kickoff, Kenilworth Road. I'm not massive on it. It's interesting to see some people have gone for Cole Palmer as well. So he's another option, to be fair. So at this like lower level midfield price point, you've got Neto, Gordon, and now Cole Palmer who has emerged. I don't hate it, Ice Cold Jones, but I don't think it's a priority. If Watkins was taking the Villa penalties, I would say yes. But I don't think it's a massive priority. If you've got one free transfer and there isn't another free transfer that seems obvious to you, then yes, I would do that. I would say, John, personally, Luton and Burnley are two very different teams in the style that they play. I feel like Luton are a better match for Spurs than Burnley are, stylistic-wise. Burnley try and play out from the back and play a high line against anyone. That's how they play. Whereas Luton will sit deep, defend, which I think Spurs might struggle with. Whereas Burnley playing a high line against Son. Yeah, exactly what Martin's saying. Son versus a low block. I put this, I totally respect if you want to go Son. Fine, I'm not going to tell you shouldn't. Personally, I back Salah. I'm back in Salah to the extent that I don't even own Son. But Man United got Sheffield United next, haven't they? Yeah. So I'm happy with Bruno. I'm happy with him. Who have Fulham, Palace, Chelsea? They're not easy games. Yes, they're green, but I mean, they could struggle against. Yeah, I'm happy. But I mean to be respectful of Scottish football, but I would say that most teams in Scottish football are not of the level of Championship teams like Luton in the UK. In the UK, what's a horrendous thing to say. In England, I think I trust in Luton at Kenilworth Road. I think they'll do all right. I would agree, associate. I think Salah is worth it only if you captain him. But I'm captaining him. Honestly, between Haaland and Son, I'd find it really tough. Like, I genuinely, I wouldn't know. If I had to decide between Haaland and Son as captain, it's an absolute coin flip. We shall see how it plays out, John Cooney. I don't think I know enough about Scottish football to make a comment on that. So if that's your opinion, then I respect that. I'm not going to pretend I know enough about Scottish football to make that comparison. I just think back to last season, right? Where, well, I'm doing it this week, right? But I look back to last season where Salah had what we thought was a good game. And then Haaland had Man United away. A lot of us, including me, captained Salah for the better fixture, and Haaland scored 3 goals. And I think did he get 3 assists as well, or something absolutely mental? He had his biggest haul of the season at Man United away. I'm happy. Also, has anyone seen David Luiz recently? I was just looking at my Twitter DMs. Look at David Luiz. What the hell? Oh, C-Max Spud, that's tough. I don't think either of them keep a clean sheet. But I think of the two teams, Areola is most likely to get saves bonus. So for that reason, I think I would go for Areola. I would sell him, associate. I think they should. For 200 million, he should be sold. Because as long as it happens at the start of the window and they got time to sign a replacement, I think it's fine. You could probably get Mbappe for that money, couldn't you? Not that they'd want Mbappe, but you know what I mean. I think they could, yeah. I think they should. 200 million would, if they spent it on the right players, would allow them to challenge for a title. 100% in my opinion. They'd be able to get a top centre defensive midfielder and probably a right back to allow Trent to go into midfield. I think that's what would make Liverpool title challengers, is a backup right back that can actually go forward and back to allow Trent to go into midfield, and the CDM, and probably a centre back to replace Van Dijk, and then of course a forward to replace Salah. But I think there are plenty of forwards on the market who wouldn't replace Salah stat for stat, of course not, but they would replace him enough along with the other players to make them challenge for titles again. We saw it with Spurs, right? Spurs are a better team now without Harry Kane in it because of the additions they've made. You know, the signing of Van der Ven and Udogie, of course, and Maddison have made them a better team than when they had Kane in it. The same could happen with Liverpool if they sold Salah. And of course, the same happened with West Ham when they sold Rice. I think this season they're better than they were last season because they've reinvested the Rice money really well. I'd risk Diaby, yeah. Tony, man, he should sign for Spurs, by the way. Imagine Spurs with Maddison, Son, Tony, Kulusevski, Richarlison. That's just if Tony needs to sign for Spurs, in my opinion. Scoop and scoop. You need help fast. Let me know what you need help with. I would have took it before the season started. I'd have played Diaz right wing, Gakpo left wing. Yeah. I agree, Martin. You just did a 9-player transfer without wildcard. Well, there's 2 ways you can save it. Number 1, you play your free hit. Number 2, you play your wildcard. So that's how you save it. Free hit or wildcard, and then you lose your minus points. So what do you need help with then? Sounds like you've sorted yourself out, mate. So the only way you won't get a hit is if you play your free hit or wild card. If you do those 2, you won't have any minus points. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. What do you love about my team? I'm not... By the way, I wouldn't say that I'm a good player. I have this current team because I got screwed on price rises. Because I probably wasn't cognizant enough of them. If Matty Cash didn't rise in price, I wouldn't have had to do this. I prefer Alvarez. I think with the Newcastle defenders, you might as well go for Dan Burn and save yourself the cash. I think Cher's goal threat of last season, he did score against PSG, didn't he? But it's just long shots. Dan Burn scored 2, didn't he? I would do Dan Burn. Son or Salah? I'm going Salah, mate. I think Salah's better than Son. But there's an argument for all captains. Personally, I think Salah's the better captain. Darwin, Archer, Bowen, DRB, Watkins, Darwin, Anderson, Neto. I'd replace Darwin. I'd do the top one, but instead of Darwin, have Alvarez. I would bench Cher, yeah. I'd also consider benching Saka as well. The reason I say that is because just not sure. Obviously, Saka is a good player, but how good is he with a hamstring niggle? Personally, when I've had hamstring niggles in the past, I can't sprint. Højlund over Alvarez, I don't rate it, mate, personally. So would you do the first one, just no Darwin, yeah? Yeah, I've made... The thing is, for me, with Salah and Son, well, I made a video on it, by the way, on the best captain. So if you want to look at the video that I've just uploaded on my channel, that's a better explanation I can possibly give you because it's got all the stats and thinking behind it. But the main reason for me going Salah over Son is I think Brighton have looked even worse defensively than Luton have. And I think Salah's going to play more minutes. They're both away from home, so there's no home or away factor. And Salah, yeah, I just think, well, he's on the penalties. I'm sure Son is too, but yeah, I think Salah's better. Do you think Diaby, if he's out of this week? I think Diaby will play this week. I think Diaby starts, yeah. I think Diaby starts. The one account I would follow trust for Villa advice is FPL Villain, and he thinks that Diaby will play. So I'd suggest I back that. It's a nice team. That's hilarious. Imagine sitting in a box behind the away stand. Flecking or Areola? Oh, Areola. Fair enough on Darwin. Fair enough. Yeah, Flecking's not great, mate. Well, a few people getting harmless. It's good to see. Foden or Saka? I'd always favour Saka. Diaz or Bowen? I like Bowen. Turner or Areola? I think Turner this week. Eden, good to see you. New here on a wild card. Should I go for Watkins or Alvarez? Also, is Mitchell a good pick? Mitchell is all right. I'd go Watkins. No Son scary. For you, it is a kitten for me. I don't know what that means. Oh, a little for me. Yeah. I don't think it's... I'm not scared of no Son. I know that could bite me, but I'm all right. Went punty with Almiron and DRB instead of the wildcard template. Fair enough. I think DRB's part of the template wildcard, to be honest. Bowen and Alvarez or James Ward-Prowse and Watkins. Personally prefer Bowen and Alvarez. Yep, Turner. Zuma or Share? Share. Thanks for that. Who's the best 5 million and under defender? I think Dan Burn. Johnny. Good to have you, mate. Can you see the strategy of going... Oh my god, I've missed some messages. Sorry. Start Zuma or Share? I would start Share. Can you see the strategy of going Nunes and targeting the 3 or so next fixtures, which include Forest? Yes, but I think there's a chance he doesn't play coming back from the international break. That's why I would be nervous. Barmy Army, mate. My team was a shambles too, so I hit the wildcard button. DRB news, I think he's going to play. No leak, but all the insiders suggest he's going to play. Captain is Salah. Oh, and I'd go, if I had Son, I'd still captain Salah as well. I just think the upside's really there this week for Salah. Brighton have not looked weaker defensively than they are this week, and he's going to play 90 compared to Son, who is carrying an injury. A lot of people going with Bowen and Alvarez or Watkins and James Ward-Prowse. I think I'd go Bowen and Alvarez. I still think Burn is better than Gabriel. Kufau instead of Cash? Not sure. I'm personally going Zuma. Bowen instead of DRB. Template is boring FPL. It's supposed to be fun. Yeah. I guess I'm going against the template on a few of these picks. Pedro Neto's really grown on me. Not because as a player he's exceptionally good or anything, but just because there are lots of other options at his price point that can be all right. I could drop him to Gordon. I could drop him to Cole Palmer. Plenty of options. So I'm happy with that. And then, of course, if Bruno Fernandes doesn't do very well, he can go for someone like Mitoma. Be fine. What was your rank last 3 seasons? I wouldn't even want to tell you my rank history, mate. I don't. Terrible. To be honest, I only started this channel in playing FPL properly last year, so my rank history, I think I came 200k last season. And then you can see my rank this season up there. I'm definitely no elite manager. I'm learning as I go. Only one big game for FPL today. It is true. Luton and Spurs is the only biggie. Tomorrow is a really super Sunday, isn't it? Everyone's going to have a player in each of those games, I think. Thankfully, I'm not going to be. Thankfully, I'm not going to be watching the games. I'm going to be at a swimming competition, not thinking about it. 10 minutes to go until the deadline. Alvarez out for Hoyland. Nah, it's not worth it. Cheers, Barmy Army. I appreciate that. I bought a new racing suit, especially. So, yeah, looking forward to that. I woke up with a little niggle in my back, though. So, hopefully, that's not it's not going to screw me over. Leno, Cash, Porro, Trippier, Madison, Fernandes, Salah, Son, Diaby, Watkins, Hoyland, bench. Lovely team. You don't have Haaland. A man without Haaland. Would you start Bowen or Diaby? I'd start both of them, to be honest. I think if you're your team is in a position where you have both of those players, you're probably on your wild card. Barmy Army, I love it, mate. I really enjoy the streams. Mine doesn't get quite the views that Let's Talk FPL, 14,000 people watching it. Crazy, isn't it? Good for him, man. I'm very, very glad to have everyone that's watching this, by the way. I really enjoy talking about FPL with a chat. It's good fun. Oh, Barmy Army, I appreciate that. Will Price or Diaby in next? It's so annoying. I don't know how the other YouTubers fix it, but I've shown you this before. Bojan has sent me a message, but I can't read the word in it. If I go full screen, can I read it then? No. So does it say 2? I preferred Diaby. I did wildcard Barmy Army. I had to. My planned transfer this week was Botman to Cash. And then I wouldn't have needed to wildcard. But Cash rose in price, so I couldn't make the move. And then that was the crunch point. So I had to do it. John Cooney, thank you, mate. Well, I appreciate chatting with you. You make my day better. I'll stick around because I haven't got anything pressing to do after the stream, so I'm gonna stick around for a bit of chit chat afterwards as well. We'll react. Oh, we'll react to whatever people have done with their teams. Is Hoyland best captain? No. Play Mbumo Udoku. I'd play Mbumo. You've got to trust in Mbumo, mate. I think Mbumo is pretty much most weeks a better asset than Doku because you just don't know if Doku's going to play. Competing with Grealish, isn't he? Taylor nailed on? I reckon so, mate. Concerned about his rotation? Should I be? Played 90 the last 4 game weeks. I think it'll be alright. What I would say about a 3.9 million defender, though, is I wouldn't want to have them first on my bench. I'd always want a defender, cheap defender ahead of him. I see him Boomo bagging today. So do I. Straight after I sold him. A lot of people going without Son in Sky. That's interesting. It's useful for me in Sky. Saka or Salah? Salah. And Boomo bagging would not be useful for me anymore because I don't have him. I've done my score predictions for each of the games, mate. Voila. Need time behind my sofa today. I am just going to make myself busy this afternoon so I don't have to think about football. That's my plan. Is the 5-2 Liverpool motivated by the Salah captain? No. I did these score predictions before I even owned Salah in my FPL team. So, there you go. I only decided to wildcard at the beginning of this deadline stream because I saw that Matty Cash rose in price. And I did the graphics last night. So, there you go. Hopefully that's all you need to know. It's not biased towards my FPL team. I was always worried about Salah. I was more worried about Salah than I was Son. So, yeah. God, that's interesting. You're 4 at the back. It does have Gordon, though. God, look at that team. I wish I had the cash. Turner Areola, yeah. Do a watch along for the Son hat trick. I can't because it's hiding behind the sofa. I'm definitely going to try and do a couple of watch alongs this season, though. Sorry, I showed my DMs and there's nothing to hide. I don't know, didn't mean to click on Gianni's profile. John Cooney, that's fair and fine. So I'm not worried about Charlie Taylor not playing. He's 3.9 million. I think, yeah. I mean, I've got 2 bench players that will play most games, so I'm quite happy. Areola, Kufal, Bowen, Foden, Salah. Like it. I will definitely try and do some watch alongs, though. Yeah, I think you have to start Diaby in that situation, Sam and Lee. Hopefully you get time to make that change, but I think you have to start Diaby if that's your decision. I think Mbumo could well score, but I feel like you've got to start Diaby. Associate, I've got 3 events on Sunday. I'm a sprinter, so I'm swimming the 50 freestyle, the 50 backstroke, and the 100 freestyle. But my favourite event is the 100 freestyle. Not even because it's my best event, but it's a challenge because you have to sprint it, but you also have to have the endurance to hang on for 100 meters. So it's a real physical challenge of you have to train yourself to be fast and also have aerobic fitness as well. So I really like the training you have to do for it because it really tests your body. Yeah, it's my favourite event. Even worse than that is the 200 freestyle, but I don't have the aerobic capacity for that. I'm not built for that event. I'm definitely a sprinter. There's so many eventualities that can happen this week, aren't there, Barmy Army? There's so much that could happen. It feels like the most open FPL has been in the last couple of years. It really does. Really exciting. Really exciting. Don't be saying that, John Cooney. You'll probably get deleted for that. It did get retracted. You got to be careful saying things like that. Ben Ashworth, I don't have Son. Hopefully John Cooney has not just been banned. Yeah, don't type that in the comments, John Cooney. I got banned on Xbox Live for saying that. Just saying. I know it's something different, but I thought the YouTube banned you for that. The 3-letter acronym that I'm not going to say on YouTube. Yeah, agree, Barmy Army. I can't repeat what he said, so I meant shorts, but hopefully you can pick it up. I'm not saying that because it offends me, John, but yeah, I'm just saying that because I care, and I wouldn't want you to get banned. Oh, deadline's gone. That's it. The deadline is hit, lads. It is madness, isn't it? Because I said it unintentionally. Right, let's see Twitter then. I'm going to stick around for half an hour for a bit of chat. Bit of chit chat. What's everyone feeling then? What outcomes do we want? I'm sticking around for another half an hour. What's Seb gone for? Is he wildcarded? God, that's a good team. He's played his wildcard. Strong. That is strong. Yeah, it's international break, so I don't have to... I wonder what that advert was then. Crikey, I thought I was all naked. Yeah, we got international break, so I don't have a video to make today either. I usually make a quick video on Saturday evenings, but there isn't one to make. Thank you, Jack, if you're watching the stream. Change captain Son to Salah. Good man. That's what I've done. I'm not going to press refresh. Bro's getting banned for that video. I don't think so. It's just a Twitter advert. Koalas, monkeys, and steaks. Yeah, sorry, John. I'm just looking out for you, mate. I've been banned by other, yeah, for just saying those 3 letters. You just got to be careful, basically talking about that subject. I'm probably being over paranoid about it, but I've been hit. I've been done before, so not again. And not only did Xbox Live ban me, they banned my account forever. I can never use the account. It's horrendous. All right, I'll stay for a bit of chat. Should we go to the main screen? Here we are. Also, I'll I'll show you my racing trunks. 2 seconds. Check these bad boys out. Right, they are absolutely tiny. When I tried them out in training last night, I put them on just did like a few lanes, and they took me 15 minutes to put on. They are. They're that big. Don't worry, I'm not going to put them on stream. But yeah, they're pretty cool. They're meant to be, so they're completely like water retardant. So they don't, they're streamlined in the water, and they're really tight, so they compress your muscles. So you can, basically they make your like legs more elastic when you kick. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's like, I don't know, a pogo stick kind of deal where they make your legs more elastic. So you have to put less energy into your kick, and the trunks sort of help your legs move along. And they really do make a difference, though. Son will blank if you put them on. I'm not putting them on stream. That's not happening. I'm actually worried because I have to use a public like blokes changing room to put them on, right? No, they're quite comfortable once you get them on, but they're quite awkward. And obviously they're a pair of swimming trunks, so you have to be naked to put them on. You have to, yeah, it's quite the process. So I'd rather be in a private, secluded area to do it, so I don't look like a complete gremlin. But yeah, there you go. One thing I would say compared to my my old pair is there is a lot more crotch space in these, which is really important. I won't say anymore. No one cares about my swimming trunks that much. Hello to Mandy and oh, sorry, I didn't. Someone you told me to say that already, associate. Big ups to Mandy and Jessica. I'm guessing I am. I'm streaming to a crowd in that room. Must be on associate's telly in his living room or something. I just can't believe. I can't believe the luck I had with these price rises, man. Yeah, I like Porro over Udogi, but I just had too much money wrapped up in Udogi that I couldn't sell him. So Porro, I think, is better, but I bought Udogi for 4.5 million. How do you see your team value? Is it down here? Squad value 100.5 million. That's horrendous, isn't it? Yeah, lads, I'm getting locked up. That's what's happening. Go back to this, show my team. I'm really excited about having Martinez in goal. I'm really excited about Martinez in goal. I am actually not sure why that's the case, Sidemen Shorts. It could potentially be the fact that their phone is so old that FPL will not do an app update for them. So they carry over an old kit. It's quite, yeah, I don't get it though. That could be why it's the case. So squad value, I'm on obviously on my PC. But if you go on your pick team screen and scroll down, it's there, transfers and finance. Oh, I clicked off pick team, so no. You can't see my team. I don't think you'll be able to see it, though, because the game's refreshing at the moment. You'll have to do it afterwards. Some people have like got a browser extension, I think, that does FPL and gives them the away kits. Like some people have a browser extension. I remember seeing Gianni Battici had one where Gianni Battici had one where it gave him expected points. I'm pretty sure this is expected, or is it fixture difficulty? I don't know. Where it gives him like expected points. Yeah, expected points or something like that. And then the fixtures. So you can get extensions for FPL that give you that view, which is really obviously really useful. I hope for a Salah hat-trick too, mate. I think it's very possible. Game off. I'm going to just look at that a second. Interesting. Yeah, Harry is an elite FPL manager. Oh, what can you say? I'm getting there, though. I feel like I've been punished this week. I've learned something, though. You either win or you learn, right? I'll stick around until we get the Spurs team. I'll do my Sky transfer, and then we'll go from there. A one-e hat-trick. Look, I got a one-e in Sky still. Don't want to think about it, mate. Don't want to think about the team values. Cash will be like 6 million when he scores against Wolves. Fan teams are set. They are what they are. I'm not too. Craig O'Dawson, look. I'm quite happy with my fan teams, to be honest. I got Martinez in goal in most of my FPL teams as well. I think he's been slept on a little bit, Martinez has. I don't know how you guys feel. I think he's a really good keeper. And I think he's going to do all right over the next few weeks. I did see the Kubo celebration. Is that the one where he did the twerk? The hamstring pull and the twerk? Man, the Matty Cash price rise. The Matty Cash price rise has killed me. Mate, it's just luck. Don't deep it. Like, if you're getting 154 points in a game week, you've got lucky. Where is that? Sidemen Shorts, if you're on Twitter, please send that to me. In fact, I'm gonna tweet it. What happened? Yeah, I just don't massively back Areola. I've seen everyone on wildcard with Areola. I'm just not massive on him. I'm just not massive on him. I'm really happy with my fan team though. I think Hoyland definitely will start, mate. I don't think you should worry about that. Yeah, lots of people going to the same conclusion as me. I think Neto's a really good asset. Ario and Leno do, but Leno's now 4.7 million. And would you pay 4.7 million for the Fulham goalkeeper? Not sure. Not sure I would. I'm really excited about having Martinez in goal as well. Should be good. Yeah, I didn't want Onana either. I'm very happy to get rid of him. Just wait and see for any. I don't think there have been any leaks, have there? No leaks this morning. I don't think anyone needed them. Ah, there we go. Kabori's on the bench. This is a good job I wildcarded then because I had him as well. He would have been playing for me and he's benched. I'm hoping VAR support Liverpool because I got Salah as my captain. So that'd be good for me. That'd be good for me, that will. I actually prefer my team to Heisenberg's. That's alright, isn't it? Saka, Son, Botman, Cash. Oh man, that's a good team. It's mental, isn't it? Pogba getting done for positive drugs tests. What an idiot. What an idiot. That's quite interesting. This guy's got quite the mod, hasn't he? Look at that. Classic kits. I like it, but seeing Bruno Fernandes in a white kit, Salah in a white kit, these guys all in the wrong colour kits would confuse me. Andy's team's looking good. He really didn't need to wildcard. You're feeding tigers tomorrow. Oh, that's incredible. You doing that at the zoo? Oh, Alexandra, I missed your message. Yes, thank you about Martinez. I think he's great. I'm backing him heavily. Pray for Salah for the hat trick. We'll see. We'll see. It's all good, Sidemen Shorts. And yeah, I'm gonna tweet some of my thoughts. Bowen is another good option. Yeah, I don't think he's a good captain against Newcastle though. But yeah, I've got Bowen in my team. Associate, big ups, mate. Thank you very much. I completely agree with you, Martin. And a good thing about Liverpool is their recruitment is pretty exceptional. Yeah, Man United game, by the way, is absolutely massive. Man United don't win that. Unfortunately, I think Ten Hag's job could be at risk. I completely agree. And yeah, I support, right? So I'm a dirty two-team supporter, but the two teams I do follow are Man United and Bristol City, right? So I have a lot of reasons to dislike. I don't like Liverpool, right? But I completely respect the tactic they've taken with the refs, and I think it's been a real shame to see other clubs saying, "Oh, we deserve this back," etc., etc. Well, it doesn't matter. Like, if things are going to change, it has to start somewhere. And Liverpool deciding to react to it in the way that they did and try and instigate some form of action is totally the right thing to do. And yeah, other fans only say that because they're jealous that their own teams didn't appeal or make a statement or anything like that. I think, yeah, they've done totally the right thing. You can't have it continue, you know? Yeah, totally, Martin. I totally agree with you, mate. I feel like the only way to fix it is that the refs need to show that audio live for the fans to watch. I know it sounds like it's going to be an absolute mess, but us hearing how utterly useless it all was, it puts more accountability on them to sort their crap out so they don't so stuff like that doesn't happen again. So I'm in total agreement. I think that's the way you fix it, is let us hear what they're saying. And there were far too many people involved in that conversation. I don't know if you remember, there were like 5 or 6 different voices. You should have 2. You should have the referee talking with someone in an office, and the bloke in the office is the only one that can communicate with the referee. There just needs to be 2 people in the conversation, and because it was utter chaos, wasn't it? Got a reply on the Martinez post. Yeah, exactly. In cricket, there's only 1/3 umpire, and it works really well. Christ, that is good. And it works well, doesn't it? Like, there is no chaos in the cricket decisions. Yes, the 3rd umpire can sometimes take his time. And I would also say that cricket is a sport where there's just less action. So there's less subjectivity to the game. So it's a lot easier for them to do their job than a VAR referee. But at the same time, there's a lot we can learn from those sports. Because like with cricket, the Hawkeye technology is amazing, by the way, to see whether things are hitting the stumps or not. But then you've got the thermal signature of the ball hitting the pad for an LBW, stuff like that. That's a lot easier than football. Do you know what I mean? Football is all about intention, isn't it? In some cases. And it's subjective. But I mean, yeah, that's just my thoughts. I also think 2 more things about the VIR stuff. Watching every replay in slow motion always makes things look worse than it actually is, right? Yes, I agree, Barmy Army. I also think you could have teams that have 1 or 2 appeals to a decision per game, and then if it gets overturned, you lose it. What else was I going to say? I also think banning the referee for just Liverpool games is horrendous. That is such a weird take. Like, you can't just ban a referee from reffing all games for one team. You have to ban them from all games. Like, can't ref Liverpool again. What? So you can't ref Liverpool, but next season, next game you can do Man City. It's horrendous. You know what I mean, Sidemen Shorts. You're always on the trolling, mate. I changed my decision. I don't think Zidane felt any pain. He was probably so angry getting wound up by Materazzi, wasn't he? Yeah, it happens every game. There's just so many voices and people involved. It's like an Xbox Live party chat. You can't do effective communication when you can't see people through six voices. It's ridiculous. You need to have two people talking to each other and making a decision. That's the only way it can work. And the person in the VAR room, yes, can be, they can have other people in the room informing them of things, but there can only be one person in the ref's ear. You can't have. Could you imagine having to focus on a Premier League football game which moves at the pace that it does? You're the referee under a lot of pressure. You've got a headset in your ear while all this is going on. 6 voices in your ear. It's horrendous. How can any human deal with that? You just need one voice in your ear. Obviously the linos and the VAR. So a few voices, but still, you know what I mean. It's just chaotic. And then the bloke in the office, he said about 6 times, can't do anything. Can't do anything. Do you remember that? I just can't. That's just such a pointless and annoying thing to say. Oh yeah, I can't do anything. Tottenham team's got Son in it. What was I going to look at? Sky team. 2 secs, lads. I just have to log in. Let me go back to this screen now. Right, I'm going to make my Sky transfers, and then I think I'm going to call it a day. Go and have some lunch, go and see my family, watch all the games. Kabore has been benched, yeah. Quite interesting, that, isn't it? Just bring a kid or a defender on, mate. I think when you're 3-0 up or whatever, they'll probably be against I think I'm actually gonna keep an extra transfer in hand in my second team. Just roll with what I've got, Captain Madison. Because reality, Saka, international break, and then Chelsea could do alright in that one. And then always another Tottenham captaincy. And then Arsenal. Both teams. So I was just thinking about my Sky transfers then. Yeah, too late. It was just saying can't do anything is yeah, what a ridiculous thing to say. Right, I think I'm done, lads. I've been live for 3 hours. I'm gonna go and make some lunch if that's all right. It's been an absolute pleasure streaming to you all. Thank you everyone for joining, chatting. I've really enjoyed it. I hope you have too. I'll be back again next week. Well, the next deadline, whenever that is. And yeah, I wish you good luck in your FPL teams with your game week. Alexandru, thank you as ever. Green arrows only. Absolutely. And yeah, I will catch you. I'll probably make a video during international break. Peace. I was trying to do a cute little outro there, but I didn't click the right button.